Yeah, we've passed the 5 second mark.
I
So
don't want to touch anything, but it looks good.
it does look good,
Introducing
doesn't it?
introducing our players here and also switching the overlay, which shall be a nice idea. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side of Whirlwind. It is going to be the Red Protoss player playing for Team Mouse Sports. It is MaNa.
Yeah, very celebrated Protoss player, of course. His opponent spawning in the top right-hand position of Whirlwind, also playing Protoss. He is in the blue colours. It is Dignitas's BlinG.
PvP. I
PvP
think
it
is it our first one for tonight?
I think it is, yeah. We've casted quite a few different matchups. Not too many in the way. I think this is our first mirror matchup as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, but the scores are already 1-1 because we jumped late into the series, and I don't know if I mentioned it previously, but the winner of those two will eventually face Runa in the round of 8, the last remaining match of this tournament. So let's see who will it be.
Is it actually 1-1, or are they just
It
joking
is 1-1,
about that
yeah.
because each of them lagged
No, no.
out? Or it is actually 1-1?
It is
okay,
actually 1-1.
fine. That was quite confusing at one point. Gas is coming down here for MaNa. No gas is taken yet for BlinG, but that's probably because he's saving up to put down double assimilators. And there's one, and there's the second one. So, slight deviations in builds between these two guys. MaNa now getting his second gas, so it's not going to make too much of a difference. I mean, obviously MaNa's going to be able to start mining from 1 relatively quickly, but then obviously BlinG's 2 are going to finish up before before MaNa's second one is finished, of course.
Yeah, the question now is going to be, will BlinG saturate both of his guys fully right from the get-go? No is the answer to that question. He will just put in 2 in either gas geyser just for now, which is not really what's the word?
It's not that indicative
It's normal.
of anything. Yeah, it's
There you have
relatively
it.
normal. It doesn't let the Protoss player on to, you know, maybe some crazy tech play or anything like that. It's pretty standard. I mean, he has now gone up to 3 in gas, which is interesting to me, and he didn't take a long time to do that either.
Yeah,
So,
that's I just also looked at that. So maybe he might be going for some sorts of Stargate play. That could very well be the case.
yeah. Meanwhile, MaNa's got 3 in gas as well, in each gas. So both of them going for really heavy gas play at the moment. I mean, Protoss tends to rely on gas a lot more in the earlier game than the other races do, but it's quite interesting to me that both have gone up to this double saturation really quickly. There's a mothership core on the way for BlinG. Just sentries coming out here for MaNa. Yeah, so already some deviations we're seeing here.
Yeah, absolutely, and eventually BlinG and MaNa will now scout each other. MaNa, I think, was a little bit quicker there, already gets chased away there by the Stalker, but BlinG also will eventually be chased away by the sentry there. And now the question is, will he throw down maybe a proxy pylon or something like that to be able to get a Stargate? I don't think so, but it might be happening.
BlinG's actually thrown down 2 extra gateways, so he's going to go up to 3 gates.
Oh, okay.
There's no other tech out for him just yet. Meanwhile, MaNa's already got 2 gateways, and no other tech has been displayed by him either. The Stalker for BlinG has come up here, and there's only just this 1 sentry, and a few more units are about to pop. 2 more Stalkers do pop, and BlinG's going to have to book it and get out of there relatively quickly. MaNa's got his mothership core, of course, able to help out too. And I think, yeah, I did see a shadow of a robo, and yeah, there goes the robo facility for BlinG. We have a little bit of a skirmish coming out in the middle of the map here. BlinG just getting forced off again. His Stalkers do get pushed back. And there's a pylon finished up for BlinG as well, as the Nexus goes down for MaNa. The robos come up for our red Protoss as well, so I'd be interested to see how much damage BlinG's actually able to get done here with this 3-gate pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Stalkers, we have 5 of them right now pushing up that ramp. Let's see what they can do. We have 3 zealots, 3 sentries and 2 stalkers. Let's see. Sentries have to be careful. Nice time up there. Already picks up 1. 2 stalkers actually managed to slip by into the main here. Takes out the one with energy. That is not good. So no further force fields will be available here
Yeah,
for
that was a lovely
MaNa.
play.
When she will take out 1 or no, actually that one survives with 2 HP. That is kind of interesting.
Yeah, really crazy play here as well. Great work there from BlinG, just keeping that Mothership core at bay, not losing that early on. Will he pick this up before Photon Overcharge goes down? He does. So this is huge now, and he's got a really nice position up on these sentries. Picks off the Stalker, picks off the sentries. It's now 5 Stalkers against 3. So there is a Zealot out as well, and I think he's going to have to retreat now until his next warp in. But we've got 3 Stalkers more coming in, and we've got a Immortal coming out for MaNa, as well as 2 more Stalkers as well. So he's going to try and fend this back. He's determined not to lose this Nexus. This, of course, would be a huge blow for him. But yeah, great work picking off a couple of Stalkers. So many of these Stalkers of BlinG's are low on health, but there comes the Immortal, and this will really help turn the tide here.
Yeah, but due to the Photon Overcharge, not Photon Overcharge, but Time Warp, he will be able to get away. Loses his Mothership core though, but his main goal was not achieved. He still, or MaNa still has that natural Nexus there. It still is alive, and BlinG cannot let that happen. He will eventually also now throw down his own, but that is so delayed. So he definitely has to bring MaNa's down at pretty much all cost.
Yeah, he really does. Like he needs to do something in the way of damage. I mean, MaNa's expansion is obviously finished. It's already starting to mine from it. Not too much in the way of probe counts. Relatively even at the moment, 26 to 25. But Force Field goes down at the ramp, blocking MaNa from getting to his expansion. It looks like he is going to lose it here. We've got Zealots, Sentries, and Stalkers working out there. And oh, we have Huey lagging out just a touch, though. Do get back into it, and it looks like BlinG's going to be able to finish this Nexus off. Down it goes.
Yeah, that is very, very important there for BlinG. And now he pretty much has MaNa in a very nice position. He basically now can endlessly force field his ramp there, if he decides to do so. And pretty much have him contained in there. Of course, MaNa realizes that and immediately throws down a Warp Prism to be able to get out of his main base. But still, the will slow him down just very, very much there.
Yeah, a great choice to go for the Warp Prism as well. He has got 3 gates of his own, so he does have some gateway production. I think it would expect to see him, load up 2 Immortals there. That's going to be great. You can drop these out just sneakily, and then, I think actually BlinG's just going to go home here, and there he goes. So MaNa sees this, sees that there are no forces at the natural, and he's going to push down the ramp now and hopefully look to retake that Nexus.
Yeah, definitely does so. But of course, now once again, MaNa's Nexus is extremely delayed, and also he already has lost one. Being that by now, BlinG is actually in a very, very nice position so far. Neither players have upgrades, which also is interesting to see. Eventually now BlinG will add on his first forge to get them started. Also, of course, producing some Immortals himself. And he's now actually in a very, very comfortable position.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it's actually a relatively even game. I mean, despite all of that, I think BlinG certainly is the one that you would put in the more advantageous position. Of course, his expansion is already up, and definitely mining. It's already getting reaching a saturation, at least on minerals, of course, and 2 gases going up on there as well. And the access to that earlier gas is really going to speed his tech along. Hang on a second, though. We have an Immortal drop coming up. There was the Warp Prism. It does get pushed back by the Immortals and Stalkers of BlinG, but still.
But there are some Zealots in the natural as well. They're taking already out a lot of probes there by BlinG. Eventually will be cleaned up by some warped-in Zealots of BlinG there, but once again the Immortals are poking into the main. They're already once again taking out a lot of workers. Taking a look at the workers killed, 4 have been killed in comparison to 3 of BlinG, so it's once again pretty even, but still with BlinG having the quicker Nexus, he's still a little bit ahead in terms of workers. Also now once again the Immortals main cannot speak.
Immortals trying to do some work. There was a warp in of Zealots as well. Photon Overcharge got thrown down, of course, by BlinG, and that's going to chase this away. And those Zealots, unfortunately, are dead meat. They're not going to be able to do much at all against this Protoss force, so they get pushed back. But this Warp Prism's been really, really nice and effective here for MaNa. Not doing terrible amounts of damage, but killing probes here or there, getting a few Stalkers, just being a nuisance, really. And of course, he actually took gas probes out, and BlinG has not resaturated that extractor, that assimilator, so that's quite important.
Yeah, absolutely. That is very key to that he resaturates that assimilator there, because otherwise he will just always be a little bit short on gas, and if you don't realize that, then that can actually be a game changer here. But I think right now he has realized it, so not too big of a deal. He has lost some gas, but it's still okay. It's not really too much. Also, MaNa is now pulling back, but once again the Immortals are coming here into the natural, once again taking out a couple of worker here's. We'll get, I think, 3 or 4.
I'm loving these Immortal drops. I'm absolutely loving it. It reminds me of Reaper drops from back in the day. Reaver drops, I should say, not Reaper drops. Reaper drops would be a little bit completely
I
superfluous.
was like, why would you drop them? They can actually hop up cliffs.
Yeah. So BlinG, in the meantime, though, despite having suffered a little bit of harassment, still sits with a comfortable supply advantage. Has been closed a little bit, having lost a few more probes in his natural, but it's currently sitting at 93 supply to the 80 supply of his opponent. And if we look at the worker counts, it's still sitting. In fact, actually, no, it's now back to sitting in MaNa's favour, at least with the worker counts, but the army supply is favouring BlinG. Immortal Drop comes back in as well, tries to do some more damage, takes down a couple more probes, going to get out of there just in the nick of time as well. And these Immortals have really done some decent work here.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how many kills they have because I cannot click on them since they're in the War Prism, but definitely they have to have like at least 5 each. Or something like that, similar.
It's something like that, isn't it? Well, he's gone up to 11 kills total now, given that it was 4 not too long before that. I mean, he's already racked up another 7 working kills on that. So, it's not game-ending damage, but it's significant damage at this point.
It definitely put BlinG ahead, and you know what they say, when behind, Dark Shrine. And there we go, there's Dark Shrine for BlinG here, as well as the Templar Archive. So that's an interesting tech choice there for him. Maybe already a follower. But definitely
we've
have
got High
the
Templar
War
on the
Prism
field
here.
here for MaNa already.
Yeah, but we have the War Prism here heading towards MaNa's main base. Might look to warp in a couple of DTs.
There we go. Here it comes. So many DTs. Wow, 4 DTs in total are going to be filling up that War Prism and wow, making them into Archons. This I did not expect.
Can you actually fit 2 Archons in a War Prism? I don't think so.
I don't know. Is it 1 or 2?
I think it's
we'll
1.
find out very shortly anyway. How many supplies in Archon? Is it 4 supply?
Would make sense though, because you can fit 4 DTs in it.
Exactly. So 2
but
would
Archons
make
are
sense.
just so big, they are so fat.
It's a bit like when you see a Colossus going inside a Warp Prism, or better yet, like 4 Vikings going inside a medevac. That's the crazy one.
That's actually really funny, yeah. Anyways, BlinG is now gearing up for an attack here with a lot of Immortals and also a couple of Stalkers. And also a lot of Archons. Taking a look at that, already 4 Archons. His opponent so far only has 3, so that's a little bit an advantage there for BlinG. Overall he has, I think, like 20 supply more with army there. And now he's gonna push forward with all those Archons, taking out that building there and also maybe a couple of Zealots there. And I think he is in a very nice position because most of the units of MaNa actually cannot shoot.
Yeah, they can't. Ooh, some nice hallucinations coming out from BlinG as well. Really, really going to come in handy. There isn't an observer here in position, so you can't actually discern between... Oh, no, actually, beg your pardon, there is one. But still, great damage going down. The supplies, though, now beginning to swing into MaNa's favour. And actually, the defender's advantage proving crucial here as that last wave of Zealots comes in. And I think he's going to be able to push his opponent back.
Yeah, absolutely. Only hallucinations are left, and they, as most of you guys know, don't do any damage whatsoever. There we go, there goes the Archon. And that probably didn't go out as planned as BlinG thought there.
Yeah, he's actually now really, really far behind in supply. Looking at a 20 supply deficit, really tried to force his hand in that engagement, and I think maybe he thought he was further ahead than he really was. In the meantime, MaNa's third is actually finished, and BlinG's is only about a third of the way done. So MaNa, having been behind, has now got himself up into a nice little supply and expansion advantage here.
Yeah, absolutely. And also he's now going to move across the map here. He has picked up a lot of momentum and is now going to utilize that by charging across the map. But, well, speaking of charge, already BlinG has a lot of... I don't know if it's really charged slot, but he definitely has a lot of Zealots ready here to deal with that army, and is also now going to spread himself out just a little bit to be able to get a good surround there. But look at all those units MaNa has.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tense fight. Of course, MaNa also has those ever-important Immortals, but Immortals are not going to be crazy good against the force of BlinG, which is primarily Zealot Archon-based. Here we go. Here comes the... Oh, no, just thought there was going to be an engagement there, but they did back off. No, there we go. Double tricked me again there. Zealot's getting a nice charge in, of course, and MaNa's Archon's firing off. Of course, lots of these Zealots getting down, of course, by the splash damage, and the Immortals doing some decent work against them as well. And MaNa's supply rocketing above his opponents at this point. And wow, great Warp Prism micro, picking up the injured Archons and picking them attacks. And BlinG with a cheeky who attacks loses. There you go, GG's with a smiley face, and victory goes to MaNa.